football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Now a first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Looking to throw on second down. Reed. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Now a play fake here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jabril Cox came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Back to throw. Reed. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Micah Parsons able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively. And not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. The 20. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. So that's about as fortuitous of a bounce as you're going to find as it's scooped up and taken in for the touchdown.
And I love how you use the word fortuitous there, because as that popped up, he just happened to be in the right place, grabbed it, and found his way into the end zone.
Extra point up and through. And that makes the score 7-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Fighting through, and he's got space. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
Now a 1st down throw, complete downfield. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. A give to Elliott. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Second and 12. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And this defense going to bring out a couple extra DBs here on 3rd and a yard. Now Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Michael O.J. Moody. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Oh, no doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
They begin the drive with Williams. Jabril Cox there on the tackle.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the 1st down run. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On 2nd down now, it's Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion. They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now a handoff looking right. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On third down, Reed. This is Hamler on the receiving end. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. Looking to throw. Reed. This is the tight end Fant. The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. So they tried it. Not only did they not get the first, they fumbled it away.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it went from bad to worse, but
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
From the 44, Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he's got room. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
First down, Prescott. And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
Mike 5-5, Mike 47. Big Sears right here.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He's got Fuller. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. That last pass might be one he remembers, Charles. He's now over 40,000 career passing yards.
And just think of the evolution of the passing game in the NFL. 40,000 at one time was unthinkable. No one thought anyone would ever get there. Now, how many guys have done it in the NFL?
Yeah, right around 20.
So we're talking a...
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. No problem there on the extra point. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Stopped immediately there. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. From the gun, Reed. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On 1st and 10, Reed. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He didn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
2nd and 10. Throwing again. Reed completes it to Fant on the right side. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Reed. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing. Prescott. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Open man Lamb, it's complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. It's complete to Fuller. And he's taken down inside the 30.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Prescott from the gun. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds.
That's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you wanted to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with them down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first.
Brings up second and 1.
Operating from the gun, Reed. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. Past the 20. 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Rohrwasser on for the PAT. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, and not much time, we'll see how they play this. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Both teams making their final preparations for the second half of action. So with that, let's get you back out to Arlington, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. Prescott to throw it. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And certainly not the greatest of punts there. This will get out of bounds right at their own 40-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Reed. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 48, and he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
No running room for Zeke on 1st down as he'll maybe get a yard out of that.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Here's 2nd and 9.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
Prescott now. And this incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Now Prescott. And he comes back with one complete. Touchdown! Tony Pollard with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cowboys turn that interception into a touchdown. Point after, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more... Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines, he didn't knock the ball.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
50 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. And looks like they've got 6 DBs on the field here for a 3rd and 9. Play action now. Prescott. And a quick throw here. That's complete. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Rohrwasser's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have the kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think so.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Kelvin Joseph. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Justin Rohrwasser now for the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Kelvin Joseph. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's a big play there for the Broncos. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And that is incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. .36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
On 1st down, Reed. There's Mooney with another catch. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage. But they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive.
Touchdown, Broncos. Noah Fant, his second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From the 6. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
On second down, Elliott once more. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 84 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Hey, watch the slant. Mike 5-5. Mike.
To throw is Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15.
Well, so much for being backed up against their goal line to start the drive. He gave him some breathing room and then some. I think the defense really got caught thinking safety, trying to stack the line of scrimmage. And oftentimes, if you can get past the initial grouping, there's a lot of room to run. The defense actually fortunate that didn't go farther.
And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A huge play there for Denver. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
Throwing on first down, Reed. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Operating from the gun, Reed. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes.